An appeal to corporate Jamaica to assist us in getting this house completed for this gentleman who is in dire need. What we had started in 2019, just before the beginning of each competition, the DaCosta Cup, the boys will have to identify a project and then execute such a project. Over the years, footballers in most of our schools are seen as the persons who would give a lot of trouble, persons who will stay away from class. And we want to change that image here at Lennon. So what we did in 2019, having identified a project, then they'll have to execute that project. In 2019, we went to the infirmary where the boys would have prepared meals and would have fed the patients there and entertained them for the day. What we are doing this year, there is this gentleman who is an ardent supporter of our football team, and unfortunately he became ill and he got a stroke due to diabetes. Now where he is living is not suitable for persons to live, and therefore the boys have decided to take on that project this year in building a one-room house, block house that is, with a bathroom and a veranda. Now, the boys would have started the house, but as you know, the economy is very tight and it's going to cost a lot of money. And therefore, it is our appeal to corporate Jamaica or to friends or to other persons, friends of the school, wherever, to come on board and assist these boys to execute this project this year. And therefore, we're making an appeal. The boys are trying, and I'm sure they are enjoying doing this project for this young man who would have supported us over the years. And so we're appealing, again, that person would come on board and assist us in completing this project. Because COVID-19 had interfered with the operations of DaCosta Cup, then we did not have any last year nor the year before. So this is actually going to be our second project. There were some challenges getting this project off the ground because we had to first source the land, which was a challenge, but we were able to get a bit of land from a relative of his, and we would have gone through the paperwork. So we had to go through the paperwork to get it done. There are challenges sourcing materials and to get funding to execute this project. We have had a few past students of the school who came on board and gave us a little funds so far, which we were able to use to buy some building blocks, some sand and steel and cement, but it is hopefully inadequate, and we need to continue because we are mandated to complete this project, and the boys are excited about completing this project. But as I said, funding is going to be a challenge, but I'm sure that there are kind-hearted persons in corporate Jamaica, there are kind-hearted friends and relatives who I'm sure are going to be coming on board to help us to execute.
All right, you spoke of trying to change the narrative of footballers in high school. What is their reaction to this kind of project and what you're doing with them?
I am getting a very positive reaction from these boys because I remember when we went to the infirmary, after some of them actually broke down in tears, and when an interview was done with one of them, he said that it would have allowed him to go back to school and to treat his classmates and teammates even better. Now, when we would have captured the heart of a young man, then I'm sure that the problems that we are having in Jamaica, the crime issues, I'm sure we'll solve those problems. Because when a young man can develop a heart of love and a heart to help somebody else, I am sure it will go a long way. And the boys are responding to it favorably.
How far along is the project? What's left to be completed?
We have just gotten off the ground. We have just dug the excavation, so to speak. We are yet to organize a day where that will be cast and we'll start the blocking up. The labor part of it is being carried out by the boys, and what we're trying to do is to get some more experienced adults from the community to be a part of this project. When we went for the work day, there are a few community members who came by and they assisted, they provided the guidance that is needed because these boys are young and they're really not familiar with construction. So persons from the community came along and would have provided that sort of guidance that we needed, and they themselves would have helped also.
Football season ahead, what are the expectations of the team?
The DaCosta Cup, we have our first game on Saturday at Glenmere, and we're going to be playing Denby High School. The prospects are great. I'm sure our boys are prepared, and we are certainly going out there to do our best. We have had a setback this year, unfortunately, because one of our footballers just did not wake up 2 weeks ago from his sleep. And we also have to be struggling with that and the boys going out there to ensure that they get the job done on his behalf. It's a very sad moment in their lives, but they are riding out their storm. We have been getting counseling for them, but I'm sure they are going to be taking on the challenge and they're going to be doing well.
All right, so these young men, you are their mentor. Tell us about grooming them into being socially responsible and just to be better men in society. How do you feel about that?
Okay, so we have to be grooming these young men. And what I have done since the start of this season is that we have identified some of the stronger ones, and what we have a mentorship program within the football fraternity, where these boys who have shown some more level of maturity, they will take on 2 or 3 of the other boys, and they would have assisted them with their schoolwork and mentorship and all of that. As the manager, I'm sure I would have had numerous meetings with them, I would have had classes with them and provide the guidelines. The school stands with them, and we're getting the support from the principal and staff as we try to make these boys into better men of tomorrow.
We're indeed happy to have a group of young men who will forge ahead for the future. The future looks bright with the students that we have here, the footballers. On a yearly basis, we have actually completed a project, and we are always happy to know that these students have the drive, the volunteerism drive. This is something that we want to enhance in the society. And I think the Lennon High School footballers have taken on that challenge, and we're really happy and proud of them.
An appeal to corporate Jamaica to assist us in getting this house completed for this gentleman who is in dire need. So would appeal to corporate Jamaica. Come on board. They can always reach out to us here at Lennon High School. And of course, I'm sure that if they come on board, I'm sure the boys would have a better footing to get this project done, and I'm sure it will be well appreciated and will be appreciated by even the gentleman who we are trying to assist.